last year around this time, we talked about the top 25 cigars. I believe it was an aficionado list last year as well, if I'm not mistaken. So far, Aficionado has not released its full top 25 cigar list, but they did give us the top 10. And then they also gave us the cigar of the year, the 2023 top cigar of the year. So I don't know why they didn't give us the back half of the bottom 15 and why they gave us the 10 first and the top cigar of the year without the other 15. I don't know why they did that. They don't release that until tomorrow, it looks like. But the top 10 and that cigar of the year, that list looked pretty interesting.
Okay.
It looked pretty interesting. And one part of it that was eye-opening to me was like, shame on me. How did I not pay attention to this particular stick? Some of them was like, I see why that one's on there. Another one was like, I've smoked that one. I don't know why. Top 10? I don't know. And where are some of the other ones that I love that are in my personal top 10 that didn't make this list? So we got to address it, man. We got to address it. We got to find out what
I got a gripe with right now.
When you got a gripe with? Okay. So real quick, let's run it down because this is going to get interesting really quick. Really, really quick. Because one pertains to what you got in your hand today. So at number 10, El Popo Belly.
That ain't no Popo.
Bellicoso? Popo? El Popo?
No. Now, that word is Pulpo. That's Pope with an O. Popo.
Popo. That's what I said.
Sound like you say Popo.
Popo.
Like the cops.
Something like that. Popo.
Okay.
But I've never seen this. I've never seen this cigar before. Have you seen this in your humidors? I've never run into the cigar. So for me to say this, it's in the top 10. It is either shame on me for not being keyed in and cued in on this, or are we throwing just nods at? I gotta do some research. Some research has to be done. Yeah. Are we buying our way into a top 10? Because there's so many cigars that I've smoked. I can say it's got to be a top 10, and I've never seen this stick before. Never seen the brand. Never seen the stick. It's not in any of my humidors. And this is coming from living in Georgia and Northern Virginia, D.C. and Texas and all over the place. Or is it just a heavy regional thing somewhere to where that particular population they're getting it and they got the stamp on what is what in the cigar world?
And see, not only just that, but we are tuned in to what's being released. You know what I'm saying? We might not be buying all of them, but we're aware when a new release comes out. We're aware of the company with somebody. Social media makes it pretty easy to keep track of who's doing what. You know what I'm saying? So we tracking it, and I'm checking websites from time to time also just to see what's out there. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. So
I'm not familiar with the brand either, but
I got question marks. And I will be doing my research. So if I'm completely wrong and I'm just out of touch, we'll address it. All right. But now at number 10. I'm number 9. I'm sorry. So that was number 10. So now at number 9.
Yeah.
What do we got at number 9? You want to go ahead and let us know what we got at number 9?
We got the Aroma de Cuba, Mi Amor, Bellicoso, which was the variation that I was choosing between. And my man sent me to this Reserva, which they're the same stick, but they, two variations of it. Similar sticks, but not the same. Let me say that. But they're both supposed to be highly touted cigars. You know what I'm saying? From what I understand. So I just wish that, he would have sent me in the right direction because I very well could have been smoking that today, giving a review on that.
You could have been smoking the top 10 today. But you got the cousin instead.
Should have been smoking the top 10.
Or you got the little brother. Or you might have the big brother.
I think I got the big brother, man, because actually based on the price point, this one was a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like $1 more. But you can't always judge it off that.
Yeah, can't really go off a price point. Unfortunately. But you should.
But they were, okay, the sizes were slightly different. It's not like I got a bigger stick. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Same shapes, but different sizes. You know what I'm saying? And this size was slightly smaller than the other one. And it was
still a little bit
but
more.
they're still different. There's still different factors. So you can't get into that. You know what I'm saying? But they would give or take within $1 each other. So I really could have. You know what I'm saying? They got to be hopefully
somewhere in the same area. So I'm curious to know what your final review is going to be and what your final rating is going to be, because we're talking about a sibling of some sort to a number 9 cigar of 2023.
Well, it's not a 94. I'll tell you that right now.
We'll
continue off the gate. No,
it's still brand new into your stick. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how this thing develops.
I ain't got 94 vibes right off the bat, though. I'm going to just say that. You know what I'm saying? 94 is a high score, man. And we said we about to get more serious about these sticks, too. You know what I'm saying? That 4 spot, 4 and higher. We go 1 to 5, 4 and higher.
It's going to be hard.
More coveted.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to get in that 4 spot. Like I said, from the last episode on, it's going to be hard to get in that 4. It's going to be really hard to get in that 4. You're going to have to work for that. Ain't nobody
paying us. So you got to earn the 4. And people ruined the 4 for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? People ruined it because, one of our own decided to go out and give a 5 to a T52, if I'm not mistaken. And then once we realized what occurred, we were like, we got to tighten up around here.
Yeah. So that was on us. That was on me.
People ruined it for y'all, so now we got to go ahead and tighten up the 4s.
Leave it to people, we will ruin anything. We get in the way. All right, so that was number 9. Number 8.
Yeah.
Guess who's number 8? Guess what brand is number 8?
I think we're getting into my gripe. This is my gripe number right here.
This is your gripe?
This is my gripe.
We got an Alec Bradley Prensado. The torpedo specifically. Alec Bradley, number 8 for 2023.
I'm gonna say this. I don't have a gripe with them ranking this as a top stick in the game, because it's been on every list probably that Aficionados put out since 2012. You know what I'm saying? And maybe even before then. But I know how long. When did we start? About 10 in 2010?
2010, 2011, somewhere around there.
Well, when we started following, I've been seeing this cigar on the list ever since we've been following. So at least the past 12 years, that cigar has been on the list. So I understand it's a fantastic stick. And I guess this gripe, I guess I'm picking on Alec, because Alec won't put nothing else out. But there's some other sticks on this list that fall under this same argument I'm making. But I ain't mad at them right now. I'm mad at Alec, you know what I'm saying? Because I want Alec to earn his spot. Stop living off your glory on this one stick.
Glory,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, man, there got to be some sticks that came out, man. Some newer sticks that deserve this coveted spot, man. I see Alec sliding to the back of the list.
Of Alec or some other cigars, other brands outside of Alec?
Period.
Okay.
Yeah, that the 10 spot, man, we got to stop giving it up the same repeat cigars, man. There got to be some new sticks to deserve that look. You know what I'm saying? If you just gave El Popo a crack in the top 10, man, if you don't bump Alec Bradley down to like 18 or something like that, man, you telling me there was only 7 other sticks
better than
Alec? You know what I'm saying? Better than Alex Prensado, which is a stick that it was one of my favorite back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I ain't smoked but I still really my love for it.
But is it your favorite now? Is it? Can you find more than 7 better?
That's what I'm getting at. You know what I'm saying? There got to be 7 better. It can't be the same sticks every year that nobody can overcome. Like, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to Alec, man. You know what I'm saying? That's our boy. Like this is tough love for Alec. I want to repeat this every time because I don't want people to get this misconstrued.
It's tough love. It's tough love.
It's tough love because Alec was one of my original favorite brand. It was Rocky and Alec. Those were my top 2 originally. You know what I'm saying? Like, Rocky's still holding me down. I'm mad at Rocky because he's doing too much. He won't stop dropping and give me a chance to go smoke something else.
And Alec not doing enough.
On the total other end of the spectrum.
But still holding down a top 10 spot.
I want him to work harder for it, man. As long as y'all keep doing this, this is what we're gonna keep getting. Or his sons, who's running the brand. You know what I'm saying?
One good stick out of the bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Debatable. One debatable good stick.
Yeah.
All right. So number 7. This might be a gripe of mine. I don't know if it's a gripe of yours. Have you smoked this one? You smoked this one before? I feel like you smoked this one.
I had it. I don't think I got it because I think you got it, and I just lost excitement about getting it.
Now,
and I see it. I just never pick it up. I'd have to pick it up and do it on a random day, not on the show.
You got to. I would say give it a shot for your own, so you can tell me whether I'm out of pocket or not. Because I could be completely out of pocket. But this number 7, Blackened M81 by Drew Estate.
Our boy,
Drew Estate.
There you go.
And I love Drew Estate. But out of every cigar that Drew Estate has dropped, out of all the cigars from Drew Estate, that's the one? That's the one in the top 10. And I've had this one. And it's okay. And maybe I might need to go back because this was, honestly, I'm going to say this is why I want to know if I'm out of pocket. Because this was pre-spice love. The love for spice, or the seeking of spice, or the clamoring for spice. This was pre, I want some spice in my life,
Yeah. Before the new.
And I wasn't. Before it became something. Yeah, before it became something that I wanted, that I looked for. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm out of pocket. Maybe I'm out of line. I don't know. But I can definitely say this for sure. And we smoked a lot of Drew Estate. That if you're going to throw a Drew Estate, I'm not mad at Drew Estate being in top 10, but I'm like, that can't be the one. That can't be the one.
I'm with you.
I got issues with that.
I mean, I understand it. And like I say, I haven't personally smoked that one, so I can't speak on it to the extent you get, but I understand your argument.
It's Drew Estate. Drew Estate got too many juggernauts. Too many juggernauts for that to be the one. I'm sorry. I mean, it's not Drew Estate, it's the list.
Yeah.
I don't know. Am I calling out Cigar Aficionado? Maybe I am. All right, number 6.
Ask you this about before you move on to that. Do you know if Aficionado do they do like a poll, or how do they go about creating this list? Are you aware?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
No, I'm not familiar with it. But
it's just
after
people at the office, and everybody at the office get they top numbers, and
I don't know. Or are you polling your cigar lovers out here? Are you polling the cigar community, or is it just an in-house thing? We need to dig into this, find out who's voting, because if we can get in on them votes, we need to sit at the table.
Yeah, man.
We need to sit at the table.
Yeah, man. What we got for number 6?
All right, number 6. It's a brand I'm smoking today. Partagas Series P number 2. So I have not experienced this stick. Like I said, I have very limited experience with Partagas. So I'm not mad at Partagas being on the list because I've only heard great things about them. And every time I have smoked them, like I said, I can probably count on one hand. And they've all been great cigars. But not anything that's a favorite of mine. Not yet anyway. So I'd be curious to check out this Series P number 2 and give it a shot and see, hey, is this the one from Partagas? Because I've always heard great things about Partagas. I just haven't experienced anything that says you're in my top 5 or you're in my top 10. So maybe this is the one. Maybe this is the one. Let me ask you this
about Partagas before we move on from Partagas. You, from your experience with Partagas, you say Partagas don't put you in the mind of a luxury stick when you smoke them, right?
Not from my prior experience, no.
You hadn't had a Mercedes look. Okay.
No.
All right. Just curious.
I've had accurate experience.
What we got for number 5, bro?
Just move on.
I don't want to do this right now, man. I like Partagas, man. I don't want to do this, man. So I'll move on.
No, so I've liked them. Okay, I've liked them to this point, so I'm not mad at that being number 6. All right, number 5. We got somebody. We got a pretty. I like EP Carrillo Allegiance.
Oh boy, I like EP.
Confidant. I like that one being there. I like EP being on the list. I like them right where they are. I like them at number 5. I don't see them top 5 or anything higher than 5. So I like them right there, or anywhere lower, maybe. Somewhere between 10 and 5. I'm cool with. So EP, I like it. I feel like I've had that one before. I'm not exactly sure. I need to revisit it to see if it's something that's familiar. But that band, the green band, I remember having a green EP Carrillo some time back. So I'm not mad at EP being there. All right, so number 4. What's up? I know what you
agree with that. I was thinking about I don't think I had that particular one by EP, but I was sitting here trying to figure it out myself, man, because the band ain't looking like one I had. And I was like, man, I was wondering if the Allegiance came in different variations, but
I think they do. And I think
I feel like I've had an Allegiance, but just
Allegiance, me too. And I think this one's particularly the Confidant, or there could be some other ones that come under a different badge, but under that same umbrella of Allegiance. So maybe. All right. So number 4, man, we got Rocky. Rocky beat out Drew in the ranking.
Okay.
Put him at number 4. And I'm not mad at this one. Yeah, so it's the ALR, which is the aged, limited, and rare. That's what the ALR stands for. Have I had this one before? No, I haven't had this one before. I came close to picking it up. I think it's a little bit out of my price range, if I'm not mistaken, from when I have seen it in the humidor. So, Rocky, you always keep my attention. You keep me from getting to some other lesser known cigars. I'm gonna have to take a moment and grab this one. Rocky is one of those names that they drop. I want them to slow down, but it's like, man, you dropped another one. I gotta find a way to fit into my rotation. So I'm not mad at that being number 4. I'm not mad at Rocky making number 4. Only thing it does is just heighten my curiosity to say, hey, look, I want to give that age limited and rare a shot. So I got to look for it. I've seen it in the humidors plenty of times. Just I don't think I've ever reached for it. I've tried so many Rockies. I'm losing track of which ones I have smoked and which ones I haven't. Right. I'm really losing track. I just know which ones I absolutely have loved throughout time, but I just can't remember all the ones I've tried. So I'm gonna make it a point to get to that one and give it a go.
And you say this was out of your price point. I mean, I think a guy who's had a cigar that's over. You've had 3-figure cigars before. What you mean this is not your price point? What's the price point of this?
I'm talking about for everyday price point. I think it was like in the 30s. I can't read. Don't quote me for sure. I don't want
a $30 cigar. And we've been talking about Rocky ain't got no.
Rocky got some ones. Rocky got some ones that's up there. It's just the fact that we haven't ventured to experience it. And it's like, okay, which one is
though, man? Maybe I just,
look around. They got some
Rocky sometimes, man.
I know, right? You see Rocky, like, all right, I see it. They gonna be there. Rocky's gonna be like, Rocky's one of those ones like, all right, you gonna be there. I'll swing back around at some point, and maybe you never really actually swing back around to him, or you might actually, all right, let me go ahead and grab one.
Sometimes, I gotta go knowing I'm about to get a Rocky. Otherwise, if I'm going in show mode and I'm like, man, let me try to find something I normally don't get. I just bypassed Rocky, so that could have happened.
Correction. So good thing a Cigar Aficionado puts the price range of the cigars on the article, $16.25 per stick.
Not bad. A 96 rating too.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it a go. 96 rating. That's up there. So I will be smoking that one. Now that I know the price point is in a good range and it's not outrageous, I have no reason to not give it a shot. All right, man. We had top three real quick before we close this thing out. So let's get to them. So number 3. Let me know how you feel about this one.
You say this. These all fall in the same category as what I said about Alec Bradley earlier. The top 3 is just filled with repeat cigars.
I think so. It's been repeat. You're right. You're right.
These are all very familiar faces.
Very familiar. But do you like it? Oliva, V-Series, the Melanio.
Man, you know how I feel about that, man.
I like that one.
Every time.
I like that
every
one.
Time.
I like that one. I mean,
it don't miss.
I don't know how much I can say about it. I love it. I think I like it there. I'm going to have to agree with it.
That cigar is like the Steph Curry of sticks, man. You know what I'm saying?
It don't miss.
It's clutch. It don't miss, bro.
So that V-Series, I told you how, and I want to pat myself on the back. I'm sorry. I brought this one to a humidor in El Paso. Got to get that one in your humidor. We talked about it before. And as soon as he got it in, it kept selling out. I like to say I got a nice palate. I got a palate for talent.
Hey man, where's the soundboard engineer? Cue up the claps for my man.
Claps.
He deserves it.
With my applause, man.
Why am I doing manual claps for you, man? I'm tired of these people, man.
Yeah. All right, so number 2. Let's get to the top 2. Let's close it out.
What we got
2023, the number 2 stick of the year. Padron Series 1926, number 48, Maduro. I ain't mad at it. I like Padron. But you know what? Only thing I'm going to say about Padron, and I was thinking about this when I was thinking about some of my favorite sticks that could have made the top 10, is do you feel like Padron sticks are a little dry? Like as far as like the oily.
I know why you would say that. I know why you would say that too. That's the funny thing about it. I understand exactly why you would say that.
Because I've come to like that oiliness, man. I've come that Davidoff. It said, you know what? I think I prefer this over, because Padrones they come off dry to me.
Yeah, I guess because I know what you mean, I'd have to say the answer is yes. The stick I got now is coming off that way. You know, there's a dryness to it. You know what I mean?
So you think it's important to have a little bit of oiliness on your leaf?
It adds something. You just don't go crazy with it. You know what I'm saying?
Don't go crazy with the oil and the leather like Gherkin and whatnot. But a nice touch to some oiliness on your wrapper. I think it ups the value, like you said, add something to it. And I want to see if this one particular from Padron does that in a sense. And the only issue, like I said, the only issue I have with Padron being a number 2 is because I haven't experienced that. And I think dry for me takes it notches down. And I wouldn't put it at 2 from my experience with Padron, Padron. But I would be curious to see what this one particular is like. So I got to go pick this one up and give that one a shot too, to see, does it add a little something to it that keeps it away from that particular thing that I particularly don't like, which is that dryness. But I like Padron overall. So number 2, I'm not mad at it. I'm just curious to see at certain price points, at certain constructions, does it up it a notch in to get it that number 2? Because I can see where Padron can get number 2, but I want to see if it's justified. I want it to be justified.
I respect that.
And let's close this out with number 1. This is the top number 1 cigar of the year for 2023. We got Fuente, Opus X.
That Opus X.
The Reserva de Chateau.
Yeah.
I've only heard great things about it. So I'm not surprised and I'm not shocked. I haven't had the experience with it myself, but I have heard some people say that's their favorite stick. I have heard it said.
Yeah, the Opus X is one of those sticks, man. You see a lot of positivity around it. Yeah, it's our boy. And so I don't have no doubt that that's the case. Like you say, with something we're going to have to mess around with.
Yeah. So. And that's where I come in with the shame on me, because how do I love Fuente so much? And I know that this cigar existed, and I've heard people say great things about it and sing its praises. And now it being the top cigar of the year for 2023, and I haven't experienced, I haven't had it in my hand. So shame on me. Shame on me. It's for winter, and it's one of the few that they do outside of their standard normal reserves.
Right. Hey man, it's coming soon. We'll talk off air. I think we need to make something happen with a few of these on this list. You know what I'm saying? Because we can find them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. But that, ladies and gentlemen, it's the top 10 cigars in the 25 list. We'll see what the next 15 looks like, the bottom half of that 15 after tomorrow, and we might speak on it briefly on the next episode. But yeah. So hopefully y'all have y'all own experience with it at home. If y'all agree, disagree, hey, let your boys know about it. Let us know about it.
Definitely.